Welcome back to Radical and Relevant. I'm Matthew Kelly, and everyone here at Dynamic Catholic is just so excited to share these resources with you. If you haven't checked out the Saint of the Day, you might want to check out the Saint of the Day. If you haven't had a chance to pray the rosary with my kids, that might be fun too. So tons of resources. We want to continue to feed your soul, help you feed your soul. I'm taking a few minutes each day to reflect on the gospel of the day. And today's reading comes from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 14, verses 12 through 16. And Jesus said to the man who had invited him, "When you give a dinner or a banquet, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your kinsmen or rich neighbors, lest they also invite you in return, and you be repaid. But when you give a feast, invite the poor, the maimed, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you. You will be repaid at the resurrection of the just." What jumps out at you today? It's that last phrase that got me. Yes, there's so many things in the reading. Jesus talking about generosity and how, sometimes we're generous towards people who are then generous back to us, and our motives can get mixed up in that. And he's saying, be generous to people who cannot give you anything in return. And he's not necessarily talking about stuff. There are lots of ways to be generous. We've talked about that before. But what really fascinated me, and I've not heard it before, the last line, "You'll be repaid at the resurrection of the just." We talk about resurrection a lot in the Gospels. We talk about resurrection a lot in the life of the church. But just that phrase, the resurrection of the just, and it's a call to be the just, right? And there's so many times throughout our day where we can act justly or unjustly. So many times where we get to choose to be the bearer of justice or the bearer of unjust behavior or malice or contempt or resentment or revenge or vindictiveness or, so many things that we're tempted to at different times throughout our lives. But we yearn for the resurrection of the just. We're invited to the resurrection of the just. But it is the resurrection of the just. And so let's continue to strive to live a just life, to walk with God in justice. What jumped out at you today? Maybe a different word or phrase or idea. That's fantastic. Holy Spirit is alive within you, drawing you to that word, phrase, or idea that you need today. Feed your soul. So carry that word, phrase, or idea with you throughout the day, and have a great day. And remember, be bold, be Catholic.